Welcome back to the Filmaholic. This is our What If series and the final episode in our 90s MCU. We've been taking every film, taking it back 20 years from its release date and recasting it with actors from that time period, as well as the director we think would probably direct the film. So last week we finished up with Spider-Man Far From Home as far as films that came out so far. Today, with our final episode, we are doing Black Widow, which we don't know every character in this movie, so we're taking some of the characters we do know, casting them, picking a director for that film, and then picking directors for future announced upcoming MCU films, some of them at least. So we got here, obviously, the Black Widow actual release date got changed around because of coronavirus. So we're out of the 90s now. So this will be the first film in the 90s MCU that would not be in the 90s. It would actually have started in 1988, but now we're in 2000, the year 2000. Black Widow would have came out May 2000. And I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with my version, which would be directed by Mimi Leder. Once again, I can't pronounce anything. Do you know who that is?
No, not by name.
She directed the movie Deep Impact, as well as some other films around that time. I didn't want a female director for the film, so I was looking at ones, and I have a couple more that are going to direct other things. So this is the director I chose to direct this film. And my returning cast includes Sharon Stone, who will be returning one more final time as Natasha Romanoff / Black Widow, because this movie does take place shortly after Civil War, before Infinity War. Sharon Stone's returning as Black Widow. Gene Hackman is returning as Secretary Ross. And then we have new characters. So the first new character is going to be Michelle Pfeiffer, joining in here as Melinda Vostokov, which is Rachel Weisz in the trailers for the new movie. But in my version, it's going to be Michelle Pfeiffer. For Red Guardian, I cast John Travolta.
Yeah. Hey, there goes your movie. He just did Battlefield Earth, dude.
Well, they didn't know how bad Battlefield Earth was gonna be when they started filming this movie.
I'm sure they did.
He was already cast, so he's coming in there as Red Guardian.
That's rough.
Probably gonna be a one and done for him. Yeah. I got Guy Pearce coming in as Taskmaster, playing possibly the villain, or at least set up to be the villain of the film. And then my final casting decision as Yelena Belova, which is Florence Pugh in the new film. And essentially what I would think is going to be the Black Widow moving forward, probably, in terms of future Avengers movies or whatever. That's what I'm imagining they're going to do or set up. And I cast Michelle Williams as that character. She's got Dawson's Creek going on at this time. She has a couple more other films around this time. But this is before she's blown up as Academy level actress, putting her in there as the future Black Widow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I got the Wachowskis directing my version.
Okay.
We just had The Matrix come out.
Wouldn't they be working on Matrix 2 and 3?
Well, in between.
So.
We're doing this movie. Michelle Pfeiffer is coming back for Natasha Romanoff. You have miscast completely. I've got Rene Russo playing Melina Vostokov. I don't know how to pronounce his names. Clint Eastwood's back as Thaddeus Ross. You're crushing it. Mel Gibson is breaking into the MCU acting as Red Guardian.
He's already Thor, dude. What are you talking about?
Daniel Day-Lewis. And the final one I got is Yelena Belova, and I got Reese Witherspoon picking up the mantle.
She was already Gwen Stacy, dude. She's dead. Sorry.
Nope. She's just getting started.
Did you pick Taskmaster?
No.
No. And so, you have Mel Gibson directing your Captain Marvel.
Yes.
He didn't want to be in that movie?
No role for him. He was already
Could have played the villain in that movie, but no.
He was already obligated to be in this one.
Okay.
We were already in talks.
So that's our version of Black Widow. Let's move on to the next film, which would be, because I'm including the shows as movies, because I don't think they would have been shows at that point. So the next one that I picked was The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which I said would come out July 2000. Did you pick a director for that one?
No, I didn't do the shows because I thought you were going to keep my shows.
No. So for The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I picked my director for that. Coming in for the first time in the MCU is Michael Bay. He's going to be directing.
God.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. America. Explosions. Obviously, Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne's coming back to play the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We got Patricia Arquette returning as Agent 13. Jean Reno returning as Zemo. And the new addition into the MCU is Owen Wilson as John Walker / the U.S. agent. Wow.
There you go.
And then we got the Eternals coming out in November 2000. And I chose the Coen brothers to direct my version of the Eternals.
Yeah, I chose Paul Thomas Anderson.
Okay. So it's going to be a good version of the Eternals.
Yeah,
Either way.
Be incredible.
I was like, the Coens, they made Old Brother Where Art Thou in 2000, which is like, that story. Let's take that, put it in the MCU, the Eternals. I think it works.
Okay.
Frances McDormand's coming in. She's playing a character.
Of course. She's playing a character.
I do have Heath Ledger's going to play in that movie, too, as Dane Whitman, the knight or whatever. Who's the guy from Game of Thrones plays that character in the actual movie that's coming out. Heath Ledger's going to be in this one. Next one's WandaVision, which we would have had December 2000 is what I have. And I brought in Peter Weir, who he directed The Truman Show. I was like, that kind of, that style, messing with your mind type thing. Bring that into WandaVision here. And then we got, my returning cast. Obviously, David Bowie's coming back as Vision. Winona Ryder's coming back as Scarlet Witch. Pick a director for that one? You didn't. You said you didn't pick the shows. Then we got Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which would have came out, I have 2001. And I picked John Woo to come in and direct that film.
That was the only choice.
And I have Jet Li as Shang-Chi and Yun Fat Cho as the Mandarin.
Who?
The man? You don't know who that is?
Young Fat Joe?
Mm-hmm. He was in Pirates of the Caribbean 3. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I think he was in that.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about now.
He was playing the Mandarin. Then we got Morbius, also in 2001, and I chose Guillermo del Toro to direct that film.
Oh, my choice is what you did.
And I chose Colin Farrell to play Michael Morbius.
Not my choice, Guillermo del Toro.
You picking in casting decisions? No.
Yeah. Told you I haven't seen the movies, man. I gotta know how it plays out.
Then for Loki, which would be the next film, also in 2001, I'm bringing in Kenneth Branagh to direct Loki. Alan Rickman's coming back playing Loki. After that, you got Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Also in 2001, Robert Rodriguez coming back.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
He's coming back. He's directing the film. Obviously, Nicolas Cage, Selma Hayek, Jon Stewart are returning. Jim Carrey's playing the villain this time around as Cletus Cassidy, and Thandie Newton's coming in as Shriek, another villain in the film. Then we have Spider-Man 3, also in 2001. Sam Raimi's returning to direct Spider-Man 3. And then we have Hawkeye coming in 2002. And I chose Sam Mendes to direct Hawkeye. He only, at this point, actually would have had American Beauty come out, Road to, Perdition?
Perdition.
That comes out in 2002, but maybe he made this before that. People saw what he did with American Beauty, and they were like, I've got to get him in the MCU. We know what he went on to do with Skyfall, so he's coming in, he's directing Hawkeye, which is going to bring Bill Paxton back as Clint Barton, and Natalie Portman is going to join the MCU here as Kate Bishop. Then I got Thor and Love and Thunder also coming out in 2002. What's up? I have Irvin Kershner directing my Thor, George Miller directing Thor: The Dark World. Mel Gibson actually directs Thor Ragnarok himself, but he did not want to come. He did not want to direct Thor: Love and Thunder. He's coming back playing Thor, but he didn't want to direct. So they brought George Miller back to direct the fourth one. Thor:
Coming back. I just kept Danny Boyle. He's coming back.
He did your last one.
Yeah, he did Ragnarok. He's coming back.
For Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse of Madness, I chose Gore Verbinski because Johnny Depp, obviously, he's playing Doctor Strange. Gore Verbinski's coming in. At this point, he actually would have only made like the movie The Mexican and something else in the 90s that I, for some reason, I'm blanking on at this moment. I just looked at it earlier, but The Ring would have actually came out in actual 2002. So he would have made a horror film, but instead, he's making this.
Yeah.
With Johnny Depp. After that, we would have got Miss Marvel in 2002. And I chose Karen Kulasama, who directs films like Aeon Flux and The Destroyer. She is coming in directing Miss Marvel. Spike Lee coming back to direct Black Panther 2 in 2002. And then we got Captain Marvel, Secret Invasion. I don't have a director for that one. I don't know if you do.
Mel Gibson.
He's coming back to direct a sequel?
Coming back, dude. He said it was a blast directing this. Just acted in Black Widow. Like, let's keep it going. I'm coming back.
I do have the titles. Captain Marvel, Secret Invasion be the title of the sequel. Then after that, we got Moon Knight, 2003. I chose Darren Aronofsky. Coming in, he's directing Moon Knight. Obviously, he wanted to do the Batman Year One, but around this time, a little bit before, didn't work out. He's taking a Marvel character now. They're going to let him do what he wants, make it dark. Edgier Marvel film. He's going to do it. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2003. And I have Zemeckis coming back. Robert Zemeckis finishing out his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy.
It's Tarantino, dude.
He's not doing it. Not happening. After that, got She-Hulk. I chose Ron Howard, who directed The Incredible Hulk back at the very beginning. He's coming back. He's directing She-Hulk. After that, got Ant-Man 3. Once again, bringing the same director back, bringing Chris Columbus back, finishing out his Ant-Man trilogy. He just finished directing 2 Harry Potter films. In between, he's coming in doing his final Ant-Man movie.
Wes Anderson, dude.
Nope. Then got Venom 3. I'm sure that's coming. Robert Rodriguez coming back, finishing his trilogy. This is what we get. We get Robert Rodriguez get his Venom trilogy instead of Spy Kids. Sorry.
Oh no.
And then we get Spider-Man 4. Sam Raimi coming back one more time, directing Spider-Man 4, which will be Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six this time around. The last movie, Spider-Man 3, he fights Kraven the Hunter. Then he teams up with Venom 3, and then Venom helps him in Spider-Man 4 when they fight the Sinister Six. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Then we get Dark Avengers, which is what I'm going to say is the next Avengers film. And but you could say just Avengers 5, whatever. And I said that Joe Johnston is coming in to direct that film. What's up? You don't like him?
Guy who did Jumanji?
He did Jumanji. He did Captain America: The First Avenger.
Not in this universe.
No, but in this universe, he's doing Dark Avengers instead. He's coming right off the heels of Jurassic Park 3. Come on.
He is. Yeah, you're not getting hired. Get out of here.
No, maybe he'll do this instead of Jurassic Park 3.
Stay away, dude.
He had to prepare this one longer. So, in this universe, he decided to do Dark Avengers instead of Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
And then after that, got the Fantastic Four. Now we're in 2004. The Fantastic Four is coming out. Jon Favreau is joining the MCU. He just finished Elf. He's coming into the MCU, and he's directing Fantastic Four. He's not only directing it, he's also playing Ben Grimm / The Thing in the movie. George Clooney's also starring in the film as Mr. Fantastic. You can see it. He's got the look, especially back then. He's playing Mr. Fantastic, and Gwyneth Paltrow.
Dude.
No, it didn't happen. We are going to do a version of What If for those movies eventually, but not those movies, but you know what I'm saying. That would have came out during this time period. No, he never played Batman. Instead, he's going to play Mr. Fantastic. And Gwyneth Paltrow is playing Invisible Woman. Jon Favreau is the Thing, and Chris Evans playing the Human Torch in this version. And the last film that I did was Blade, which would have came out in 2005 as well. And for that, I chose Wachowskis to direct Blade in 2005. And guess who's playing Blade?
Will Smith.
Will Smith. He's still a big name at this time. I mean, obviously, like leading like action films. You know, he missed out on The Matrix, but they're gonna give him another chance here, and he's coming in. He's gonna play Blade. They're gonna direct it. It's gonna be super stylish.
So to keep it up, we'll give it to Keanu.
Keep it up. I almost cast Don Cheadle. It was there, and then I was like, oh no, Will Smith. What's your problem with Don Cheadle?
He's not gonna lead Blade.
Maybe in my universe.
It's a rough universe.
Yeah. Did you pick any other movies? Did you just...
No, I didn't know. We were just picking stuff that hadn't even been announced.
Most of these have been announced. The only ones that I went ahead and did that haven't been announced is what? Venom 3,
Dark Avengers,
Venom 3, Spider-Man 4, Dark Avengers, and Fantastic Four have not been announced, but we know they're coming. Or at least like the Avengers, not the Dark Avengers, but I'm going to say it's Dark Avengers. But yeah, could have put some more in there. Could have put X-Men in there. Put, you know.
Well, you got Bryan Singer have to direct that.
No, it's not doing that. Get that rapist out of here.
You didn't know about that yet.
Well, not happening, dude. But we're going to do on the reason I didn't include X-Men on here because we're going to do it on the rocks at some point. But the on the rocks this week we're going to talk about Phase 4 Marvel and what we expect to see and what we hope to see. But then down the line we're going to do another on the rocks where we just look at the X-Men and see who we want to. First of all, what characters from the X-Men we want to see in the MCU. And how we would think they should be introduced in the MCU and who we think should play them. But that's, yeah. I know I sent you that schedule and that's on there at some point, but we'll get to it. But that concludes our 90s MCU. I think next week for What If we got Roadhouse.
Yes.
So if you haven't seen Roadhouse, go check it out and then tune in and see what we would do. But we're switching it up because, you know, we've been doing the 90s stuff. We're switching it up, taking it back to what we originally started with What If. So next week we're taking Roadhouse, which came out in 1989, and put it in modern day. If it came out today, who would be in it and who would direct it? So don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys next time.